This is Code Kinder, and it's your favorite channel for all kinds of software related videos. And in this one, what we're going to be doing is to learn how we can really integrate MailChimp. And if you don't know what MailChimp is, it's just an email service or a website that can send out emails to quite a huge number of people, and it can really automate some stuff right there. And in fact, if you don't understand what I mean, I want you to just think of this as an application that can allow you collect emails, email addresses of a particular people that are interested in a particular product. And once you gather them, you put them in a list, and you can send out emails that are really related to what they want. So you really can send out specialized mails to those particular email addresses that you have gathered. And there are quite a lot of automation that take place right here. You can automate your mail to those of your customers or those lists that you have built using MailChimp, okay? And once they click or open the mails, MailChimp also has a way of notifying you that this person really clicked on the email that you sent or things of that nature. So we have quite a lot of things that you can achieve with that. You just have to find a little time to go through this page and see the things that you can really do. You can use it to do things like email campaign, you can market your business, and it's really great for marketing. Really, it's honestly very, very great for marketing. If you want to send out things like email blast to quite a lot of people, you really can do that with MailChimp. And there is a new feature that they also added, which is creating a website. You can build your website based on this particular API or website, this MailChimp API. You can really build a complete website from this particular platform. So it's really they made it really very simple. So it's just really very simple. You can build up a real website right here, okay? Run some ads which they normally connect to Facebook and then those kind of things, okay? So that is just that. And then I have to also mention that MailChimp is really is free up to a certain level. I think once you get up to something like 20,000 emails, that's just, they gave you a space of about 20,000 or 2,000 mails or something like 10,000, okay? So once you get the addresses that is up to that level, you have to either upgrade to a bigger level or you just stop at that point. But it's really it's a very simple thing. You can start out with the simple package on their website, okay? And before now, integrating MailChimp, we normally do that in a way that is not really very easy for some people. So I'm not going to go through that method right now. I'm going to show you how to do this particular integration by just copying a snippet of code from this particular website, MailChimp. So they built it, so they have a feature where you go through some settings within their website, and they will give you a snippet of code that you can just copy and paste on your website, and that alone can begin to gather your emails. Once people fill the form and hit subscribe, they get to collect the person's email and put it in a list that you have created or a campaign that you have created within MailChimp. I'm in a new registration right now. I wouldn't like to use the application I already have with them. So what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and then hit sign up. So to create a new account right now, I'm going to make use of I'm going to use the abenki@gmail.com, and let's say that the username that we're going to use is Benkino, and let's create a password right here. So the password is secure, and then we can move on. So they say that I don't want to receive promotional emails from this. I wouldn't like to do this. I don't want to be receiving promotional emails, but you can leave that unchecked so that you can be receiving promotional emails, and you go ahead and click on sign up, and they say check your email. So what we're going to do right now is that we're going to have to check this particular email that we use to create this account and see whether they sent us something like a confirmation email right there that we can click on and verify our account creation with them. But let's go to that particular email. All right, so as you can see, I think we have an email that says MailChimp client service. So we have to click on it to open that up, and we have it right here. So we just have to click on this particular activate account, and that should go ahead, and then so that's going to take you to this particular place, or some place where you have to just confirm that you are not a robot, and then after that it has to take you to this stage. So I just jumped to one stage where it has me whether I'm a robot or not after I clicked on the activation. Okay, so that is just that, and by default it's going to select the free plan. So I told you before now that it is free up to a certain level, and I wasn't really sure about the number of emails or yeah, that it really gives to people. So this is it right now. It's just 2,000. Okay, and if you want to get anything bigger than that, you have to select any of these premium plans. So that is just that. So you get just this particular amount, that's 2,000 contacts. That's the maximum you can get if you're on a free mode, and of course you can start out with that. Okay, so if you click on this place that says compare plan features, you see quite a lot of things that are embedded under that particular plan. So you get to have free advanced segmentation, multivariate testing, quite a lot. All of these features that you are seeing right here will be included within this place. And then these ones that are for paid versions, they still have quite a lot more. Okay, so that is just that. And yeah, so you just scroll down. I want to use the free version of it, or the free plan, so I'll scroll down and click on next, and then it will take me to this stage where I have to fill this form. So I'm going to just go ahead and fill that out right now. So this is going to be my business name, so I'm going to just use something like let's go ahead and call that code, maybe something like Code King, but I'll use Code King that that's going to interfere with the one I already have. So let me go ahead and use a Code King, and then here where you have to put your this is really where you have to put your domain name. Okay, so my domain name is not available right now. I'm going to just go ahead and put my Facebook page right there. So this is going to be https:// I'm just going to say code, just like that, and then so we can say import my brand. No, forget about that. And for the phone number, I'm going to go ahead and enter my phone number right here. So, and they say it's okay for MailChimp to call me about special offers and services. I don't think I need that, so I'm going to just go ahead and click on continue. And on the next stage, this is where you have to fill in your address. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in my address right there. So this is going to be, this one is optional. We can forget about the optional stuff right there. So we can go ahead and click on continue, and it says tell us about your contacts. Says this. Alright, so this is just talking about if you already have contacts, so that they can enable you import them right now. So I don't have anyone, so you can choose. If you have, you can go ahead and choose yes, but I don't have for this. I'm going to just click no and click on continue. So this one is talking about if you sell products or services online. So if you sell products, you can choose product. If it is services, you can, and if it is both, you can select both. And yeah, so that is just that. So I'm going to just select both. And if you scroll down a little bit, they say, would you how do you currently sell online? So maybe through your website, your e-commerce website, or through another e-commerce platform. Maybe something like maybe you are selling through something like a Shopify or things of that nature. You can choose that. Okay, so that's what they're talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and then on this place, they are just talking about the additional emails that you would like to collect from them. If you want to allow them to send you things concerning e-commerce newsletters, you have to check this. If you want something like, let's say they are present, if they want to present something to you like their discount, you can select that. And if it is something like about their career highlights, you can go ahead and choose that. Okay, so I'm not going to choose any of them now. I'm going to just click on continue. But you really have to choose the one that really does what you want to, that is going to provide a benefit to your business. Alright, so the account has been created, and this is how the dashboard looks like. So the first thing that I want us to do right now is so on this dashboard, you can scroll down to take a look at quite a few things that they have here. You can manually add your contacts, you can launch your campaign if you want, and then quite a lot of other things. And if you take a look at this place, we have our audience right now is right about just one person. We have just about one person, and that is the person that we created the account with. That should be Akin Benki, the email that we'll just use. In fact, if we go to audience right now. So if you are on audience right now, click on all contacts. We need to see who is subscribed already automatically right there. Alright, so once that page opens, you see we have untitled audience, and we have just one person already in the subscription table. So if you scroll down, you see that Akin Benki, which is the person that owns this particular account, is already subscribed. So they subscribe you automatically. Okay, if you see the marketing, the email marketing, you see that it's really already subscribed to that place. So that is just a great thing. So what we need to do now is to go ahead and create our own let's go ahead and create our own audience. So to do that, we need to click on settings. Look at it right here. Click on settings and click on audience name and default, and that's going to open up this page for you where you have to just go ahead and add your audience name right here. So I'm going to go ahead and let's say we go ahead and add something like Code King, like that. I think we need to remove that one. Let's just go ahead and say something like Code King. And then so this one, if you take a look at this place, you see something like an ID right here, which is an ID that you are going to be using if you are integrating to something like WooCommerce, Squarespace, just and also if you are also integrating locally, maybe you want to use something like Node.js or PHP from scratch, you are going to have to need this. Okay, so let's scroll down. That's just one more setting that we need to do. If you want to enable double opt-in, one person subscribing twice, you can check this box, but you really do not need that. This is just the default campaign that we have right here. That is the name that is going to really show. If you want to change it, you can. So your subscribers are going to see this part, whatever that is in this field, as where the email is coming from. So instead of using Benkino, which is just a username here, why don't we go ahead and use something like our company name? We say something like Code Kinder, Code King. Let's go, maybe Code Kinder is okay, something of that nature. And then if you take a look at this place where it says default from email address. So this one is really the email that you're going to be getting notifications from anytime someone subscribes or unsubscribes from your list. So that is just that. And you can also put an additional email right here if you want. So let's scroll down, and this is your campaign URL if you want. And down here where it says new subscriber notification. So here is really where you have to set an email that you can be getting notifications if a user joins or leaves your mailing list. Okay. So this is really not recommended, especially if you have maybe thousands of people that are normally subscribing to your list. So they are really good. You are going to have a lot of notifications on your email. But if you want to put it, you can just go ahead and put, and you make use of any email that you want to use. So let's say Akin come, and then even if they unsubscribe, you can also get a notification. Let's say we copy this and put it right there, so that once they unsubscribe, you can also get a notification from there. Okay, so that is just that. I'm going to just go ahead and click on save audience. Alright, so we are done setting up the new audience, Code King. Okay, so if you take a look at it, these are the things that we just set up right now. So that is that. And the next thing that we need to do right now is to go ahead and see how is it that we can now create a form that we can use to subscribe people to this particular table right now. So in the sense that once people subscribe, we need to, number one, we're going to get a notification, and if you come to this table, you should be able to find that someone newly subscribed to this particular table called Code King. Okay, so that is just what we're going to do right now. And to create such a form, you need to go to this place that says create. So let's click on create, and this is the particular form that we want to create right now. This one that says embedded form is the one that we want to create right now. So to do that, we need to go ahead and click on create form, and that is going to open that up for you. So right here we have samples of forms that you can mimic. Let's just take a look at this column first. We have classic, we have condensed, horizontal, unstyled, and then advanced. These are different types of forms that you can create from this page, and we are on classic right now. So if you want to make use of classic, if you scroll down a little bit, you're going to see these things. So the title is what you should go ahead and add right here that you want to display on the form. So for instance, you say something like let's say maybe we should leave the word subscribe there, and then put something like Code Kinder or Code King, which is what we used. And if you want to, this place where you say include form title, if you want it to show on the within your web page, you can leave that. And you also have the ability to hide and then unhide this. So if I uncheck this, that means this is not going to show, but I just want to leave it open so that it will show right there. And down here where it says fields, you show only required field if you want, and down here show all fields, so you can choose between this place. So these are just talking about the fields, like something like, let's say, birthday, first name, last name. So that is what this place is talking about. So if you wanted to show all fields, the fields that are not required are going to still be shown, something like the birthday. But when you select this one, that means that something like birthday will not show up. So, but I think what is really required is just the email. If you want only the email field to show, you just have to select this. And let's scroll down. So the form format is let's forget about this one. And you can alter the form width right here if you want to alter it. But we're going to just leave it as it is. And let's just leave the rest of the things the way that they are. We really need to see how it's going to look on the web page first of all. So this is just like a preview of the form that they have just given us right now. Okay, so it needs an email, first name, last name, and then the birthday. So if you want to copy this right now, you can really go ahead and then do that. So you can choose the color that you want this particular brand to show. If you want it to show dark, you can select dark. So if you want it to be light, just the way it is, you can go back to light. Okay, so let's just leave it at dark like that. And then for you to get the code that will help you display this form on your web page, what you need to do now is just scroll down and click on this place that says generate embed code. So if I click on this, you see that generates an embed code. So you don't have to write this code by yourself these days. So they really did a very powerful job right here. So as you can see, they have everything in here, just HTML and JavaScript. They have it right there. So you can just go ahead and click on copy code. So you get copied, and you can now go to your code editor, paste it, and then begin to make use of it. So let's open our Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to go back to the desktop right now. So if you're on your desktop right now, I want you to go ahead and create a folder. So I'm going to just go ahead and create one folder right here, and let's go ahead and call that MailChimp. And once you get that created, I want to open this particular MailChimp now in my code editor. So I'm going to right click on it and select open with code. So that's going to make it open my VS Code. Alright, so we have that opened. Let's close this out and let's go ahead and create a file within this MailChimp folder that we created. So I'm going to just call that index.html. And let's open that up, and we can go ahead and paste the code that we just got now. But before we do that, what I want to do right now is to go ahead and generate the boilerplate for HTML. So I'm going to just do exclamation and then hit tab. So this is going to generate this for me, and let me give it a title. So let the title here be, let's call that MailChimp subscription, or let's just call that subscriber app. Like that. And then within this place, I'm going to go ahead and paste that code that I just copied right now, and I'm going to just go ahead and do Ctrl S to save, and I'm not going to touch anything. What I'm going to just do right now is go ahead and open that up in my browser. So let's go back to our desktop. So if you go to your desktop right now, and I'm going to go ahead and open that particular file. So let's double click on this to open it with our browser and see what we're going to have. And this is how it looks like right now. So it doesn't have any style with it. You can style it on your own, and if you want to even get the one that is already styled, is also there. So but let us just go ahead and test the application right now as it is. Let's see whether it can collect subscriptions or subscribers data. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the email address that I want to use right here. So I'm going to use Smith David Brad, and I'm going to say that the first name is going to be Smith and the last name is going to be David, and let's say that and let's go ahead and fill in when he was born, or the birthday. So he was born in the month of February, and on the date of that was 9th February. So we fill the form. We have smithdavid@gmail.com. We have Smith as the first name and then David as the last name. So let's go ahead and click on subscribe to see whether this person is going to be subscribed. And as you can see, that says subscription confirmed. Your subscription to our list has been confirmed. Thank you for subscribing. And this is the address that we used that time. Alright, so what we need to do next is to go ahead and then check whether that email was really subscribed to that list or not. So let's go back to our MailChimp account, and if we go to audience right now, if we go to audience and we go to something like, let's say, yeah, our all contacts, And if you take a look at this, it says our audience now has 2 contacts. Okay, so that means it really went through. And if you scroll down, you see that we have smithdavidbrad@gmail.com. So he's now a subscriber. Okay, he has been subscribed to that list. So that is what we are talking about. So the source is that the form embed. Okay, that's the source. And yeah, so that is just that. So that is just how it works. And then you can really style this. You can style this however you want. Okay, you can style it. And this person that has already been subscribed, let's say we click on subscribe again to see whether we can subscribe the same person. We should get an error. So let's click on that. And we say there are errors. So Smith David is already subscribed to the Code King list. So that is just how that works. So I'm going to close this out. And if you want to, let's say we'll find a way to style this right now, we can go to our editor, and within our editor, so within this editor, if you want to, let's say we want to go ahead and then put something like a div, and let's say that the div class is going to be something like, let's go ahead and call this let's call that container or content. Let's call that content. And so I'm going to just take this closing tag and go to the bottom of this script and put it right there. So let's say we'll put it right here. And let's go ahead and then maybe carry the content to the center of the web page. So if we go to within our header, we can use internal CSS right here. So I'm going to just say style. So this is going to be style. And within this style tag, let's just say that we're going to, let's first of all pick content. And within this content, what we're going to do right now is to go ahead and say, let's say, alright, so if we go ahead and refresh this page, you see that the content has been carried to the center. You can really style all of this. In fact, let's test maybe styling this subscribe button right now. So if we go to our web page and we scroll down maybe to that place where we have the subscribe button, let's say we give that an inline style. So this is the line for the subscriber button. So let's say we're going to give that an inline style, or let's say style is equal to, so let's say that the color of the text is going to be changed to something like, let's say yellow right there. And maybe something like the font size, we can increase the font size to something like let's say 2em, and maybe even change the background. Let's say we change the background of that particular button to, let's say that it now becomes green. I don't know the color that was there, but let's just change that to green. And let's go ahead and save it and check whether that really responded. So you see that really took place, the effect took place, so the color changed and then the background changed. Okay, so that is just what I wanted to show you guys. You can really style this form to look beautiful. Styling this or doing anything of that nature, you can do that by yourself. Okay, so that is it. I'm going to just stop here and I will see you in the next one. So if you like this video, just try and give me a thumb up.